in the mirror. Man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you.
Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, what I'm going to discuss with you today as a talking point, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that women don't know what the hell they want or need in life. They are always complaining about the boring man, the man who got his stuff together, the man who isn't running the streets like Pookie, Ray Ray, and Nook Nook, the man who is stable. They are complaining about these men. We hear about it all the time. So I'm going to play some clips out of fair use in this educational video, educating you about women who love to complain about boring men. Let's go ahead and get started. 1 second as I pull it up, ladies and gentlemen, for you on the screen.
You know what debate I'm tired of having? Why girls like bad boys. And that always, and have you not noticed that always comes from the guy who's the typical good guy? Let me tell you why good guys finish last. Good guys usually finish last because they're not able to be in a relationship and be in a relationship. They are for the relationship. They are too busy.
Let's break that down. You got to decode what this woman's saying. Now, when she says the reason why good guys finish last because they are in a relationship instead of being in a relationship, but they are for the relationship. It sounds like a tongue twister, right? But it's not. What she's saying is the men that are good men in relationships, instead of taking the relationship one day at a time, you know what I mean? They are always looking forward. They are forward-thinking men. That's all that means. In other words, when she said that men who are good men are for the relationship more than they are in the relationship, that means that the man who is for the relationship is the man who is actually trying to maintain the relationship. The man who is always for the relationship is trying to protect the relationship. The man who is for the relationship will also tell her to stop dressing a certain type of way because you are bringing undesired attention to yourself, which may put me in a position where I may have to protect you, not because I'm cowardly, but because you are bringing problems to us. Because you got to understand, if you're a good-looking woman, especially you are a 9 or a 10, a 9 and a 10 brings out the worst in all men. You can be a beautiful woman with a nice guy. For some reason, overly attractive women, other men lose their shit and become very disrespectful and will hit on you in front of that man to try to make him look weak. So when a man is for the relationship, this also means that this man is making plans for the relationship. He thinks about everything that is needed to make a relationship work. So in other words, he's a planner, he's a thinker, and also he is a corrector. He will correct her. Any man who is for the relationship will correct his woman because he wants to preserve the relationship. He wants to protect the relationship. So what she's saying is, she basically is a woman who wants a man who would not put any parameters on her, no boundaries on her, who would not even, anticipate things. She wants to live in the moment. She wants to be spontaneous. That's why she says this man, a good man, lives in the, he's not in the relationship, but he's for the relationship. Let's keep going and back it up a little bit.
They are for the relationship. They are too busy trying to show you why they are such a great guy instead of just being your guy. Everyone wants to be in a relationship where they feel like that person is their soulmate. That person is their person. That person understands them. Nobody wants to be in a relationship with somebody that is just like all you're doing is constantly trying to, I know this may sound bad, but constantly trying to please me instead of just actually getting to know who I am. It's like,
I heard you. No. Women don't want good men. Today's modernized, westernized women don't want good men. Now, when she's talking about pleasing her, that goes two ways. Either you're trying to please her and don't know her or know anything about her, like she said before, because you're a simp. You're thinking that you can pay for this, buy this, and do all these great things for her, and you don't even know what kind of person she is yet just to get her in your life like that. That's one way you could take it. The other way is you are kissing her ass. Even though you are into her and y'all might be in a relationship, you are afraid of losing her. You put a woman on a pedestal. You are afraid. You are very afraid of walking away from this woman if she disrespects you because you're all about pleasing her. You don't want her to be mad at you. You want to do everything right. Fuck her. Okay? There's no such thing as a perfect person in any relationship. So this woman doesn't want a good man. Okay? I want y'all to understand that. A lot of women don't want good men. Let's keep going.
Actually getting to know who I am. It's like, do you even know who you're trying to please? Do you? Good guys always want to remind us, like, I'm such a faithful guy. I will never cheat on my girl. I'm too loyal. It's like, thank you for the basics. But what else are you? You provide security, and 100% We need that. Anybody needs that. Everybody needs that. But it's
Okay, back to what she said. If you are a man who are doing it, because there are men who do that, who try to sell themselves to a woman. The reason why you should be with me because I have X, Y, and Z. The reason why you should be with me because my character is X, Y, and Z. If you are in front of a woman and you have to explain to them why they should be with you, that is not the woman for you. I get it. I understand it. When I was a young dude in my 20s and stuff, you'll want to try to tell her why you should want to stay, because I got this shit going together. I got this. I mean, I'm on my way. I have potential. I'm reaching goal. This is why you should want to be with me instead of that dude who doesn't have anything going on. You sound like a simp and a sucker. You get what I'm saying when you say that? You should never have to prove yourself to a woman. A woman should prove herself to you. If you are the type of man who is successful, who are a man who is reaching his goals, a man who is actually trying to make himself something out of life, the woman should be able to prove herself to you. You know why? Because there's more women who gonna want you than the men who gonna want her. Now let me break that down. What I just said. Yes, they're gonna have a lot of men who gonna want to be with them physically, but that means nothing. But a man like you, who got his shit together, who is of decent character, you're gonna have a lot more women of quality who's gonna want you. Those women are gonna have men of low quality that want them. So you are the prize, gentlemen. You are the catch when you think like that and when you live like that. Let's keep going.
But what else are you? You provide security, and 100% we need that. Anybody needs that. Everybody needs that. But it's like, give something else that separates you from every single other guy. You don't do that. You're boring. Sorry, mate. You are boring, and that's grounds to not be wanted. Like, I hate to say this, but you guys are boring. There is no spice, no sauce, no nothing. It's just goodness. Goodness. Every day, wake up in the morning and stare at you. Pure goodness. But it's like...
You catch that? Goodness meaning that you are a good guy, and she's complaining about you being good to her. Complaining about you displaying goodness to her. Every time I look at you, it's just goodness. It's just a good man treating me right. Now, like she said a while ago, there's no spark, no spice. What she's saying is there's no drama. There's no toxicity. That she's used to toxicity. She likes a woman mind needs emotional stimulation. Now, and when I was I'm still coaching this guy. Now he's in a relationship. And I told him, man, look, I don't care what type of fucking woman you got. You got to start turmoil in that relationship before she does. What I mean is when everything's going good, and don't do it all the time, gentlemen, but every now and then, when everything is going good, pick a reason to start a fight, to get her emotionally engaged, to get her excited, to get her to a point where she thinks she is on shaky ground, okay? And get her to where she's a little fearful and stuff like that. This is kind of how you form a trauma bond with a woman, because she still cares about you, but she's also in fear of losing you. Let her feel that way. Let her feel that way, and then you fuck the shit out of her, make up with her, and let her and bring her back down. You got her emotionally high for being feeling anxious and shit. And then you come along, you hit it, then you bring it back down to normalcy. I know that sounds weird, but it works. I'm telling you it works. Because if you're in a relationship where there's no drama, no, as she say, spark, y'all think she means romance and shit. The spark of going out and eating and sleeping and fucking on the beach. No, because good men would do that too. Bad boys and good boys will take women out places and do that shit. Now, I'm talking about messing with her mind a little bit to keep her emotionally engaged with you. It's the game, man. Like some of you like, what the hell? Did that work? It does work. Because one of the clients that I coach, it helped his relationship. It makes the woman draw closer to you. It make her more afraid of losing you, especially if you got something going on. All right, depends on the type of woman you're dealing with, right? So you have to do that. Because if not, you're going to be just a good guy, a great guy, a wonderful guy. Like she said, a man of goodness. Every time I look at you, it's nothing but goodness. And she ain't going to want your ass because she wants some. What you think Pookie and Ray Ray do? And Nook Nook, they bring toxicity. And these women will fight over those men and stay in relationships longer with those men and get in a relationship with you and tell you about those relationships more than the relationships she's had where there was stability. Because there's toxicity, there's turmoil. Now, you can't do that all the time with the woman because she's going to be like, this motherfucker crazy. He bipolar. I can't be with this dude. Ain't no peace. No, you got to have more good times than bad times, but you got to be the one who spark a little something. You're going to have to do it every now and then. I'm telling you, it works, bro. It really works. Just keep going.
No, nothing. It's just goodness. Goodness. Every day, wake up in the morning and stare at you. Pure goodness. But it's like, do you even listen to my stories? Do you even make me laugh? Do you know how to cook? Like, what else are you other than this guy? I'm sorry, but that's just my thoughts at the end of the day.
She wants to know, are you anyone else other than the good guy? In other words, can you get some badness to you? I don't appreciate good men. That's what she's saying. Now I'm going to show you a simp who takes up for this attitude. If you ever meet a man who agree with women a whole lot of time, he's a bitch, or he's trying to get on women's side to get some more pussy, or he's trying to be on a woman's side to make money off of women. Anytime you meet a man who is wholeheartedly going with the narrative that women are making, they are not men, and you can't trust them, and the women can't trust them either because they're two-faced and they're hypocritical. I'm gonna play this jerk right here.
I think the problem is what men don't want to come off our throne and say is just we boring.
Oh,
He said, now you have a man here who says that men are boring. Now that's the mindset of a woman, like the one we just seen. Women think men are boring. You hardly ever hear a man say that a woman is boring or that men are boring. This is a bitch.
I don't think men want to ever admit the fact that we boring.
Preach, Barry.
Like I sat and played 2K for many years and made women sit there and feel bad for not wanting to support me to play the game, but it's literally the same game every day, every year, every button is the same. Women will literally go shopping, go out, touch the world and find things to do. Men will be complacent, and I have jeans that I've had for 3 years. I have.
Well, that's you, boy. That's you. That's you. You the dude that's weird. Talking about the world, the woman will go out and touch the world. This is a pandering ass dude right here, bro. You know what I mean? I have jeans that I worn for. He sound like a bit. I have jeans. They no longer fit. I've been wearing them for 3 years and I play the game. And the buttons never change on the game that I play. I am boring. And the other woman say, hey, man, come on, man. It's a sucker.
Shoes that I didn't have for 4 years. Like women will go out and live life. They'll go broke to experience life. Men.
Exactly. Good point. Women go broke trying to experience life. Men do not want to go broke trying to experience life. This is why women are broke as it is. They dress like they got money when they don't have any money. They try to appear as if they're doing well when they are not. They are in financial debt. They have so many student loans. They'll spend their last on a damn Gucci bag and Chanel bag. If women had all this damn money, they wouldn't come to men expecting them to buy shit for them, expecting them to take them on $500 dates and expect them to buy them Gucci, Chanel, and Versace if they had that type of money. Women are not as logical as men. Okay, some women can budget their money, but the majority of the time, most women cannot. And this man is a jerk for saying that women would go broke before. Men are not supposed to go broke. How can a man be a provider if he's broke, you motherfucker?
Live life. They'll go broke to experience life. Men will find these boundaries that women have to live inside of. So you force your woman to have to go outside.
He got to come back on the show.
You force a woman to go outside for an outside source of entertainment because a lot of guys, and this is just responding to you, not actually. So a lot of men are just boring, and men, I had to admit that before I found somebody like I was boring. Like it didn't matter what my life, the excitement my life came with Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, all of this success that I'm seeing, I was still boring. So we never take responsibility of being boring. When was the last time you genuinely planned a date as opposed to taking? Because it's a difference between planning a date and taking her on a date.
Well, this is this man's fault. Mr. Hill, if I say I'm going to go somewhere with a woman, we go. Ain't no damn, I know you got a plan sometimes for dates because a man who's productive and got shit going on, he can't leave at the drop of a dime. This is why I don't understand this new trend about women saying they don't want to date men who work 9-to-5 jobs, men who have blue-collar jobs, men who are working for supervisors and bosses. You cannot leave your job anytime you want to without permission. If you can try leaving your job for a week because you want to go to Barbados, when you come back, you won't have a fucking job. Okay, there's a etiquette here. There's a certain way of doing things here. There's an order of doing things here. No one can do that unless they are already even you want to talk about athletes, they can't do it either because when it's time to train and get ready for that season, they don't have time to take off from the game. They in there, here it is right now. You imagine LeBron in the middle of a game, dribbling and shit, shooting up 3-pointers and slamming and shit like that. And then he said, wait a minute, I feel like going to Jamaica. And he just walk off the damn basketball, you know what I'm saying, the court, just walk off the court and say, babe, let's go. By the time he come back, he may not be on that team no more. You get what I'm saying? That's crazy, man.
Exactly.
You could take her on a date. Taking her on a date comes with a motive. but planning a date comes with a real ending to it.
Boy.
So you have to really turn on that dating button. If you're really trying to date, you damn near have to start thinking like a woman.
That's the problem. He said it for me. He thinks like a woman. He said if you want to start dating women, that's that Steve Harvey bullshit. When he tells women to think like a man and act like a lady, he's the reverse. He's telling men to think like a lady and act like and walk like a man. That is crazy, man. I guess he's gonna be the next Stevie. That's crazy, man. I got some more stuff to show you. Hold on. I want you to see how dumb these women is, man.
But number 3, you're too safe. Like, you don't take risk on yourself. Number 4, you never put a woman in her place. You never put your foot down. You always agreeing with what she's saying, even when you know in the back of your head you don't agree with it. And
that's a weak man. You always put a woman in her place. I don't give a damn. I don't know where y'all get this shit from. If a woman is in your relationship, she's your responsibility. Just like your child is your responsibility. Okay, period. If she get out of line, you check that hoe. It's just what it is. There's no need for any woman to do this, to ever disrespect you. Okay? And sometimes you have to put women in their place. Shit, you got to put men in their place as a man. Sometimes men try to run you over, try to bully you and disrespect you, and you got to put them in their place. What make you think is different when you got a woman? You got to check a woman. I'm going to tell you something. Don't get with a woman that you have to consistently check. Okay? You don't do that. But every now and then you may have to check a woman that you with, because they may come from a household where everybody in their house ran their men. Or they might just, their mindsets are different from yours. Don't never be afraid to stand on your own 2 feet. That's all I'm trying to say.
So with number 5, you don't live your life to the fullest. You're not fun. You're very nonchalant.
Okay, let me break that down. I've heard that too many times as well. Just because you live a nonchalant life does not mean that you are not living your life to the fullest. For some, having let's break down nonchalantness. When a person is nonchalant, that means they're at peace. Ain't nothing really bothering them. They're not really looking for the next thrill because they are content. Nonchalantness usually means you are content. You try to make it sound like it's boring and lame, but usually when a person is nonchalant and they moving in a nonchalant way, they cool, they unbothered. So why you think that they're not living their best life when they are at peace, when they are acting, as you say, nonchalant and lame? Being nonchalant is cool. And that doesn't mean that you're not living your life to the fullest. Isn't that the goal? To live a life full of peace and success? Do you think success means that you always got to be in drama? Do you think that success means that you always got to have some type of toxicity around you and everything is running at 100,000 miles per hour? Being nonchalant is okay. Nonchalantness is a demeanor. You know what I mean? For some people just cool like that, but you can't touch them. They'll whoop your ass. Some people are just cool like that, and they are bosses of they are the CEO of a company. Then what? That is dumb, man. Anyway, put something else on the screen for you.
Now she looks at you, instead of a guy who's right here on her level, now you're above her level. This is all psychological. These are magic tricks. Now she looks at you, instead of a guy who's right here on her level, now you're above her level. This is all psychological. These are magic tricks. That you're exercising fantasy. To a man, these things aren't real. We understand you are masculine. We understand you love routine. We understand you like to go to the gym, you like to track your food, you like to track your macros and your calories, you like to make your money. You do the same thing every day and you grind, and that's why you're successful and you're so cool. To you, that's real. To her, that's boring.
And that's stupid as fuck. Now, what I'm going to play for you is a very unbelievable thing. I'm going to show you a young black man who's going into the Navy. He's going to be very successful. He's going in as a nuclear physicist. A nuclear physicist, all right? Physicist, yeah. They make damn near, they do make 6 figures a year, okay? He going to the military, and he's going to talk to a woman, and she's going to turn him down because he's boring. Because everything he said was positive in this conversation. Everything he said was productive. Everything is about reaching goals and becoming a success, and he was boring. So I'm finna go ahead and play it for you right now. Hold on.
I did my PICAT about a year ago, got a 96 on that. It goes up to a 99, got a 96. They offered me nuclear physics, so I went there, and now I ship out in a few days.
Okay, nice. Well, best of luck as you ship out pineapples.
Okay, let's find out the reason for her passing.
Why? Because he literally didn't tell me any qualities about himself.
She said he didn't.
He just told her qualities about himself, showing that he's a productive young man, showing that he's fit to be shipped off into the military to be a nuclear physicist. And she said pineapples meaning I'm a pass.
Qualities about himself.
She said he didn't have any qualities about himself. One of his qualities is sticking with his goal and his dream on what he's doing right about now so he can get a big fat bank account.
I need a man with some personality.
You felt that quick? You know he didn't have personality?
That's right. How the hell you know the man don't have a personality? You only talk to him for about 5 minutes on this other lady's show. You get what I'm saying? She wants someone to smack the shit out of her, send her throw her ass off a roof or some shit. That's what she wants. She wants a man that's gonna shit on her, gonna make her eat his booty while he's eating her best friend's booty, and then he gonna come back and eat her mother's booty. It's gonna be a lot of booty eating. She wants somebody gonna treat her like shit. That's what she want, man.
Quick, you know he didn't have personality?
Yes, I'm really good at reading people.
Okay.
It sounds like he has his head on his shoulders. Would you like for a man to have a little hood in him? Would you like for a man to smack you like Ike did Tina? Would you like for him to disrespect you? Would you like for him to not pay you any mind? So you're really good at reading people, huh? You want a thug, don't you? I tell you what you can do. You can just
buy a dog and die alone.
Basically, what's going to happen to you. But before you buy a dog and die alone, I'm pretty sure you're going to have a 2 or 3 or 4 baby daddies. We're going to make sure of that. You know what I mean? These women are stupid, boy.
Toxic and what that really means. You don't want that. Like, you don't want somebody who's abusive.
Right.
Somebody who is harmful to you or going to damage you for future relationships. But you may just want to be in a space where you're able to have fun, and the people who are associated with being like the nice guys, typically what people mean when they say that, they're corny, they're green, have no street smarts. They're, and it's not that you don't like nice. You just want somebody that you feel, because for me, protection and safety is not just about your finance.
She want a corporate thug. All right. These things don't coexist, man. Being a dude is about his business, who never stay in trouble, would never coexist peacefully with a dude who does the opposite. So just say that you're trash. Some of these women have no more class than the men they sleep with. Some of these women have no more class than the men that they sleep with. All right. Have you noticed that? Most of these women who get out there and they complain about men who they sleep with, they be classless. And then the women also have no class. They dress in the type of way, they talk in the type of way, look like anything. You know what I mean? And let the pussy hang out, the booty out there shaking. They love to talk like a man, talk loud and stuff. Use a lot of profanity when they talk, tattoo from the eyebrows all the way down to their toenails and underneath their feet. And they complain about good men. I mean, they don't want a good man, but they complain about the toxic men because the women look like they have low class themselves, low to no class whatsoever. So like I said, most times women have no more class than the men that they sleep with. I'm going to tell you something, gentlemen, what you need to also understand. You will never get a woman's best when she has once loved a man who gave her his worst. Again, you will never get the best out of a woman who fell in love with a man who gave her the worst that he had. Because these women will be trauma bonded to these men, and they will stay with these men, and they love these men. And if they can't get that man will be an imprint on them, and that man will become their type, and they will keep looking for that type of man. You will never get a woman to actually focus on you who has fallen in love with an extremely, not no regular, but an extremely toxic man. It's out of there. Just let it go. She's damaged beyond repair. If she ain't getting no therapy, and I mean years of therapy, it's out of there. Let's keep going. We better be done.
Finances or your ability to speak or, speak intellectually. No, you want to feel safe with a man. And I'm sorry, if you don't have street smarts, that's okay. Some people, depending on
okay.
Fellas. Now, this is another thing I don't understand. You keep saying good guys can't keep you safe. Good guys can fight. I know I trained some people that seem like straight nerds in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, like straight nerdy dudes. That will slang your ass all across that damn floor when they playing. Even where I box at, man. There's some dude coming in like, how you doing, like Jay? Man, you get them in that damn ring, they hell. Okay, so don't give me that shit. But a good guy can whoop your ass sometimes better than these so-called toxic dudes. I be seeing these big dudes look like they got something to them, right? You think they can fight, but they weak as hell. You never seen a dude, he look buff, but when you put him in the gym, he can barely push up 2 plates and shit. that appearance don't mean shit, bro. It don't mean shit at all. It all comes down to skill and technique. Well, I'll holler at you in a little bit, y'all. Know how I get down. Talk to you later.